Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin also came down today. That's what we outlined in the first video earlier today, where we said that in both the white wave count and the yellow wave count, the price should actually go lower. Yeah, for the white wave count to give us a clearer A, B, C structure, and in the yellow wave count to form a nice wave 1 to the downside with the wave 2 pullback. Completely different wave count than Bitcoin. I mean, than ETH. I mean, not completely different, but if you've just seen if you've watched the Ethereum video, then you will notice some differences. So ETH seems to be much further ahead in that sell-off. It is a bit strange. It indeed is a bit strange. So for Bitcoin, I have to say the price formed 3 waves down of the weekend high, of the Saturday high or Friday high it was. Yeah, the price formed 3 waves down. I've got a wave 1, I've got a wave 2, I've got a wave 3. That's only 3 waves. Yeah, it made a wave 4. Basically maxed out what it should do in this wave 4. I already posted that on Telegram earlier today, that while it respected the 50% fib level here, the wave 4 went a little too high. Didn't invalidate it, but it went a little too high. So that means we need to avoid another break above the intraday high, or it will be known as Choptober instead of Uptober. Yeah? So obviously, for immediate follow through to the downside, ideally one more low is preferred to round about 27K. Or, well, we might just hit this trend line here around 27.2K. Below that level, we've got 27K as support. Then at least we have 5 waves down. With those 5 waves down, we have either then completed yellow wave 1, which would be my preference, or, and that is what I cannot rule out, wave 4, okay, which would still give us a 5th wave. That scenario cannot be ruled out. It absolutely cannot be ruled out until we finally have 5 waves down in yellow wave 1 and 3 waves up in wave 2, and then we follow through lower in a 3rd wave. I'm not sure if I believe this wave count in yellow. It would be my preference, but if I see that Ethereum is following it perfectly and Bitcoin isn't doing much, I'm thinking about, well, someone is lying here, Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, we know that on the ETH BTC chart, we are at a turning point, and at some point now, ETH should start to outperform Bitcoin, but it's not very evident on the ETH BTC chart yet. So, you know, it might change that ETH will then, let's say, outperform Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin might sell off and ETH might continue in a holding pattern or something. It will be interesting, you know, over the next few days and possibly couple of weeks. But yeah, preferred scenario remains the yellow wave count as long as we stay below $28,300. I would prefer one more low. I would prefer we don't go against, we don't go above the intraday high before we have completed this 5th wave down. Then if we see a 3-wave move up in a correction, we'll be able to give you resistance then. And if it's only a corrective rally, then this 3rd wave to the downside should unfold next. This might form a bit of a head and shoulders pattern here. It's not ideal. Yeah, it's not really a clear head and shoulders, especially not due to this spike there. Looks more like a Batman pattern or something. But essentially, it should follow through to the downside. That's still my preference. However, we need to be ready, as I explained to you, as long as we are in this broader range, we need to be ready also for a potential break to the upside in a 5th wave. And that's at 28,300. A break above that level will make that more likely. And we could be moving into the 30K region. Okay, so this is still something I'm very much observing here. Not much change to the previous update, really just here the micro count added, and then we just need to be a bit patient. Yeah, breakout point to the downside is 27K, but before we do that, we probably get a bit of a corrective rally in wave 2, which means that we might be in this range for a few more days. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.